Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're in my kitchen and we're going to be doing some Cowboy candy. Now the Cowboy candy that I'm going to be making is a little bit different than a lot of the recipes that I have seen online. And the reason for that is the ingredients are going to be changed and how we process these. Most of the ingredients that I have seen online are people who put in turmeric, garlic, cayenne, some other, it's like, are we talking about candied jalapenos here, or are we talking about vegetable jalapenos here? So what I'm going to be using: cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, molasses, allspice, cardamom, vanilla, and star anise. The rest of the ingredients are going to be, of course, apple cider vinegar, jalapenos, and some raw cane sugar. And I'm going to be making these jalapenos differently. I'm going to be actually blending them a little bit because I want them to be like a spread. I don't want them to be whole pieces of jalapeno. I want these to be spreadable so that you can use them with cream cheese. We don't really buy crackers here. Crackers and things like that are just too expensive. So what we'll be using this for mostly is bread. We bake our own bread. And so we'll bake bread and then use this as a spread, or we can use this on other things. There's lots of ways you can use this, but I have read the comments on a lot of these videos that I've seen posted on YouTube, and a lot of these people really like the spread idea, blending them, although most of the recipes I've seen online are not this way. And because there are a bazillion different recipes out there on YouTube land showing you how to do this, and I'm only making a few small changes, I'm not going to walk you step by step through the process. I'm just going to give you a bunch of B-roll showing you me doing it and putting them all in jars. And the jars we're going to be using are the pint and half pint jars, and I'll be making a lot of it. I only had 4 jalapeno plants this year in my garden. 4. I was planning on growing more, but I got my seeds mixed up and ended up growing a bunch of different banana peppers and bell peppers. But 4 plants that I harvested just today, and I've been harvesting for salsa along the way over the last month. 4 plants produced for today 12 pounds of jalapenos. That's a lot of jalapenos. So we're going to be making a lot of Cowboy candy, or candied jalapenos. So stick around. One of the reasons I didn't do this step by step is because I've watched enough of the other videos of people making their cowboy candy or candied jalapeños, however you want to call it, to know that your kitchen becomes like a gas chamber. Especially if you do as much as I just did, 12 pounds. So it was a lot. I made, so I know I said at the beginning of the video, pints and half pints. I was wrong on that. Sorry about that. Quarter pints. I made 24 quarter pints and 6 half pints. And then I went ahead and canned some of the syrup that I had left over, because you're going to, usually these recipes, you're going to have syrup left over, but don't throw it out. It's fantastic stuff. You can add the syrup to like chili or soups or things like that this winter. Gives it a great flavor. A lot of spice, you know, especially for like a chili. You could also throw one of these into a chili too and be fantastic. One of the ideas I came up with, I thought would be great, is a lot of times people in the fall and winter, they'll make peanut brittle with the harvest of fresh peanuts, and you can take one of these and throw this into the recipe, like a quarter pint, and give it a spicy peanut brittle. So there's lots of ways you can use this stuff other than just putting it on as a spread and eating with cream cheese and crackers. Processed foods are just so expensive these days, and inflation is not going down. I've told everyone it's not going down. Inflation is not going to go away. It's getting worse. And so cut out the processed foods, bake your own bread, and use this as a spread for that. There's so many things you can do with something like this. Again, for us, it's going to be soups and chilies in the wintertime, and then using it as spreads, you know, for a nice warm loaf of bread. I think that'd be fantastic. And, you know, we do buy cream cheese every once in a while. I don't make my own cream cheese. I'm a little worried about my Ninja blender, though. Like, is that ever going to lose the capsaicin that got in there? I mean, the next time I make butter, because I make butter every week from raw milk that our neighbor gives us, or we buy from them, and I'm wondering if my next batch of butter is going to be spicy butter. I washed it really well. I did. I washed it really well, so we'll see if the next batch of butter is spicy or not. Anyway, all that to say, I had a great time. Again, 24 quarter pints, 6 half pints, and 8 half pints of the syrup left over that we'll be able to use for this winter. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have you ever made cowboy candy before? The kids are dying to try it. We'll try it tonight and see what they think, and then let me know if you've ever done this recipe. I just thought that for a candied recipe, the ingredients, I mean, I've never heard of putting garlic in a candy before. So I know people do that, and that's fine. Maybe it tastes fantastic, but I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it candy. I'm going to use things like allspice and cloves and cardamom and, you know, things like that you would normally put into like a candied recipe, vanilla, molasses, brown sugar, and then, you know, raw sugar. So I just decided to go a different route with that. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And if you try a recipe like this, let me know how it turns out. And even if you better, send me a picture if you can. There's ways to contact me on my website. Actually, the website's being upgraded right now, so that's coming up soon, the upgrade. All that to say, we got some new updates over at Patreon. I went ahead and did a review on the Escape Code, which is an escape room. Have you or your children, I know a lot of homeschoolers in my audience, have you guys ever done an escape room? We did our first one ever, and I'll let you know the results over at Patreon. Great results. So check it out over at patreon.com. If you want to sign up, you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. $1 a month, folks. We did a review of the Escape Code, and we also did recently, I just put up a video on a helicopter tour that I had been promising my kids. My kids wanted to go on a helicopter ride. They've been begging me for about 2 years, and we finally did it the other day. So we did a review on that, and we fly over Branson, and I show you some cool stuff over there as well. So anyway, leave a comment below. I appreciate that. You do that for the algorithm and gives us a thumbs up. That also helps us with the algorithm. And check out our merchandise, teespring.com, our Farm Fresh Butt Nuggets t-shirts, and also our Stupid Shit Hurt shirt, our best-selling shirt of all time. If we had more hurt in this world, because the world's gone crazy, if we had more hurt in this world, we'd have an awful, awful lot less stupid. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye! Alexander the Great. Did you know when he died, his body was placed in a coffin made of solid gold?
Decades later, Ptolemy X and Cleopatra III stole the coffin and gold artifacts just so they could pay their war debts. Germany, at the time of World War II, stole all of the gold they could get their hands on, and much of it still today has not yet been accounted for. You see, all throughout history, when times get tough, people, either good or bad, seek real wealth. They turn to gold and silver. The central banks and Wall Street cheerleaders would have you believe that gold and silver are just shiny rocks with no real value. But did you know that central banks around the world have for the last year been buying record amounts of gold and silver for stockpiling? Stockpiling for what? What do they know that they're not telling us? Genesis Gold Group is a proud supporter of an American homestead. They help people get out of locked-in 401ks and IRAs into something that's real, physical gold and silver. If you're going to be locked into something, it might be a good idea to talk to Genesis Gold Group about being locked into something physically vaulted instead of just a piece of paper that at the end of the day is just that, a piece of paper. It's a clear surety that our economy is headed for turbulent waters. The nation is currently over $31 trillion in debt, and Congress keeps spending money and the Fed keeps printing it. That does not bode well for anyone keeping and saving money in savings accounts or paper-denominated assets. Call Genesis Gold Group today, this instant, or visit them online at genesisgoldgroup.com. They can put together a strategy that's right for you. And be sure to say that you heard about them from an American homestead.
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.